Hi, I'm Rachel from Minerva, and in this video I'm going to be giving you the rundown of Minerva's top 10 ladies' coat patterns with some fabulous fabric suggestions for each, hopefully to inspire you to add a coat to your future project list. I adore coats. They're one of my favourite things to make. I think they're one of the easiest items to make look professional and one of the most fun ways to show off your style with beautiful fabric, fun lining and eye-catching fastenings. It's always handy to ensure your kit is up to scratch. Make sure you have good tailor's chalk, sharp scissors or rotary cutter, sharp pins or weights, and a few spare needles before you start any new project. Also, remember to check washing instructions for coating fabric. Some are dry clean only, otherwise wash your fabric before you start, as that allows for 10% shrinkage to be on the safe side. And if you're worried, you can always test a small sample first. Also, when ironing coating fabrics, iron on the reverse side and through a tea towel to prevent any melting, scorching or staining. I'll tag all the patterns and fabrics below so that you can find their product pages and add them to your basket or to your saved items list. Right then, let's get stuck in. First up, I have the Vogue 1752, a really classic design with lovely drapey gathers at the back, making it perfect to wear over dresses or skirts. It crosses slightly off-centre and diagonally at the front, giving a unique feature and the opportunity to show off 3 large buttons. There's also lovely seams on the back, giving a flattering shape, and 2-piece sleeves with nice big cuffs. Those flaps are unfortunately just for decoration, but fear not, because the pattern does include inseam pockets. And my fabric picks for this are this lovely viscose boiled wool fabric in a lovely bright red. It's got a beautiful drape and a really interesting texture, which I'll show you more closely in a moment. And this 100% wool coating fabric, which has this really beautiful smart tartan check design. And I'll show you those both more closely now. I absolutely love that bold red as pictured on the front of the pattern, so I found a fabulous boiled viscose wool in the same colour. Boiled wool is an ideal fabric for coats like this. It's warm, durable and resistant to water and wind. However, this fabric has a bit more of a unique texture to it and a lovely soft feel. It drapes well and would hang beautifully at the back of this coat. And there's the edge. Alternatively, tartan is a classic for coats this style, and I absolutely love this pure wool coating fabric in a navy grey and red colour scheme. It's a bit lighter, but still has a really good drape and hangs beautifully. I can show you this fabric in action thanks to Jean Made in their gorgeous Friday pattern company Heather blazer. I love the red lining and the pattern matched pockets are fab, and there you can see the edge of that there. Next up is another Vogue 1650, another timeless classic with lots of complex features that give a fantastic overall look. I love those thick panels for the belt on the waist, the front and back yoke, and there's a sleeve band, which I presume is solely a design feature, but if you know what that sleeve band is for, do let me know in the comments. It's fully lined and has side seam pockets, and for a size 12, you need 4.3 metres of fabric, a whopping 4.4 metres of interfacing, and 3 metres lining. 8 buttons for the front and 1 for the inside. And if you, like me, love that image on the front of the pattern, then this Robert Kaufman cotton twill fabric will be the pick for you in this gorgeous, stylish olive colour. It's called grass, but yeah, really beautiful, subtle nature green. Or for something completely different, I've got this Lady McElroy woven cotton twill, and I'll show you this absolutely gorgeous pattern close up now. So here's that Robert Kaufman 100% cotton twill fabric in grass. It's a lovely, lovely fabric. It's got a smooth, crisp finish and a fantastic structure. Cotton twill is a great fabric for a lighter coat due to its durability and being extremely tear resistant, as the yarns are packed very closely together in a cotton twill. There's the edge. As you can see, it's similar on the reverse. There we go. Or for a completely different look, how about this Lady McElroy stretch woven cotton twill fabric in black? It has a lovely drape and superb structure with this beautiful almost punky floral design with butterflies, beetles, moths and snakes. It is so eye-catching and unique and would elevate this coat pattern to a really high fashion look. For a more relaxed casual look, how about Stylyx Parker coat? Now it's not Parker with an A like the 80s style with a big fur-lined hood. No, this is Parker with an ER, hence the more modern design. With Stylyx iconic horizontal seams which allow for colour blocking if you like that, or just a really interesting design feature. It has extended slouchy shoulders and lovely big pockets. Now, like most patterns, this comes in a size 4 to 16 or an 18 to 30, so always make sure you're buying the right pattern for your size. And for this pick, I've got this lovely pure wool coating fabric with a really delicious texture. It's a really casual, comfy one. I'll show you that closely in a minute. Or for something completely different, to stand out in a crowd, I've got this lovely, comfy, fluffy wool fur coating fabric in a lovely mustard. And it's got a beautiful weight and drape to it as well. So I'll show you those both more closely now. This luxurious pure wool coating fabric would be ideal for this casual yet chic style. Grey goes with everything, but if you feel more adventurous, this comes in over 30 fabulous colours. 100% pure wool resists water and helps keep you nice and warm. While chunky, it feels light with a crisp structure. And it's also Oeko-Tex certified, so you know it's been produced sustainably. Or for something a bit more funky, I absolutely love this ochre wool fur. It is super soft and cuddly, buttery and drapey, and such a bright, happy colour to bring some joy to those colder months. And this also comes in 5 other lovely shades. And there's the edge for you. Absolutely lovely. This next one by the Avid Seamstress. So they're an independent pattern company dedicated to empowering their makers. And this coat was inspired by classic tailoring, and it should be an easy, enjoyable make without time-consuming tailoring. It has flattering princess seams which feature inseam pockets, while those modern drop sleeves make for a stylish yet relaxed look. And the other features include that lovely notched collar, 2 buttons, a kick pleat, and a buggy lining, which means there's a front facing in the main fabric, a back yoke inner lining, but no lining for the sleeves and sides. And basically this makes for a lighter garment. And for a clean finish, you can always encase all of your seams in bias binding. And this pattern comes in UK sizes 6 to 22. And I've got this absolutely gorgeous argyle wool coating fabric. And I'll just open this out so you can see the absolutely mesmerising pattern in these gorgeous blues. And that's got just a lovely drape. Show that round for you there so you can see that stunning pattern from far away, and I'll show it you more closely in a minute as well. Or for something a bit more classic, I've got this vegan wool coating fabric. Now this isn't the last you'll see of vegan wool coating fabric in this video, because it really is the fabric, almost perfect for making any of these coat patterns. And here it is in a lovely navy, and I'll show you these both more closely here. So here's that vegan wool coating fabric. It's a heavyweight coat fabric with a lovely soft brushed surface. This fabric has the look, feel and characteristics of a wool coating, but because it's made from polyester and viscose, it is washable and easy care. This fabric is great for making winter coats that will keep you warm, but that are practical too. It comes in lots of other lovely colourways and is a really great option for any coat pattern. I actually made my dad a coat a few years ago from something very similar. And my alternate pick for this style is this gorgeous argyle wool coating fabric with a dazzling pattern in lovely shades of blue. It also comes in pink tones and a grayscale. It's from a luxury collection and definitely feels high quality. It's a blend of polyester and wool, so you get the benefits of both the synthetic and natural fibres. I can show you an example here by Sew Marie Fleur, who's used the Grainline Studio Yates coat sewing pattern, and doesn't it look fully splendid? Next up, how lovely is this waterfall front coat 6244 by Butterick. It's a simple design, semi-fitted and unlined, so you actually see both sides of the fabric on the front there. It uses flat fell seams, so you encase the edges of the fabric to stop the fraying, and the hem falls slightly longer at the front. And there's a simple, lovely dress pattern in there as well, included for a bonus. And for a size 12, you need 2.2 metres of fabric, and that's it. No fastenings, no interfacings, keeping it super simple. And I've got a lovely example of this pattern in action by Liz Sews in 100% boiled wool fabric in this gorgeous sunny colour. It's so simple and bold and sophisticated. And my pick for this, similar to the image on the pattern, I've gone for this mouflon wool coating fabric, and it's got a lovely drape, perfect for that waterfall front, and it's the same colour on the back as well. You can see that lovely drape. Or for something different, I've got this lovely wool blend burgundy tartan, and I'll show you the drape on that as well. And the really good thing about this, as I'll show you close up as well, is that it's almost exactly the same on the reverse as the front. And I'll show you these both more closely here. This is iconic coat fabric for me. The first time I made a coat years and years ago, this was the fabric I wanted, but I couldn't find, and I ended up settling for something more like a brown fleece. So this is called Mouflon Wool Blend Coating Fabric, and it comes in some other lovely neutral shades. It has a beautiful weight and drape, is super soft, and while there's clearly a reverse side, it's still lovely and soft and in that same camel colour. Alternatively, this lovely warm coloured tartan wool blend coating has a gorgeous drape, which is perfect for that waterfall effect at the front of the coat. It's a lighter weight for a wool, but it's crisp and smooth, and it comes in a few other shades too, but this one stood out to me. A great colour pop to brighten up any outfit. Next up, I absolutely love this 6736 by Burda Style. Oversized with no collar but those lovely large lapels, spacious front pockets and big buttons. It's that timeless boxy jacket look that goes with any outfit and keeps you cosy. And for a size 12, you'll need approximately 3 metres of fabric and 1.5 metres of interfacing and 2 large buttons. And it also comes as a shorter jacket version as well. Now I've gone for my Old Faithful vegan wool coating fabric in this lovely ochre. You might be able to tell I really like this colour. I'll just show you the drape on this. Oh, it's so lovely in this colour as well. And I'll show you that more closely in a moment. Or I absolutely love this dusky blue herringbone wool coating. And I'll show you this design more closely in a moment, but it's just beautiful. It's got a lovely heavy weight, and I think in this coat it would just look gorgeous. So I'll show you those both more closely here. I love the deep ochre yellow on the pattern cover, so again I've plumped for our vegan wool coating fabric, this time in mustard. It's a great combination of synthetic fibres, 80% polyester, 18% viscose, 2% elastane. I'm also imagining huge wooden or contrast colour buttons to complete this look. There's the edge for you. Just lovely. And now for something different, the dusky blue herringbone wool coating. For a subtle and chic vibe, this high quality 60% wool, 40% polyester is the best of both fibres. Lovely drape and delightfully heavyweight. There's something of the maritime about it, or perhaps Parisian chic, with a red beret and skinny jeans. Gold or white buttons would be the finishing touch. Next up, this Simplicity 8797 pattern gives us a great opportunity for statement texture. Again, it's a lovely loose fit in 4 different lengths, all with a single button at the front and 2 on the back there. And for the longest version A, you need 3.2 metres of fabric and 2.9 metres of lining and of interfacing each for a size 12. Now, I've chosen this absolutely stunning bottle green boucle stretch knit, and it's got such a beautiful texture that I'll show you more closely in a minute, but you can see it's got really quite a lightweight to it, and it's really cuddly. Or alternatively, this lovely wool coating fabric with a lovely stripe, and I'll show you the detail of that in a moment, but you can see it has your general sort of wool coating fabric weight and drape. So I'll show you those more closely here. For a garment that requires texture, what better than this boucle stretch knit coating fabric? It's lighter than it looks, is snuggly, drapey and unique. Absolutely show-stopping in the Simplicity 8797, as we can see evidenced here in style by My Daily Threads Me.
I adore that huge tortoiseshell belt buckle and matching trousers. This is such a vibe. This stunning fabric comes in a range of colours and is a surefire way to stand out from the crowd. Now, my alternate suggestion is this lovely subdued stripe 100% wool coating that also comes in an olive green or a plummy deep pink colourway. A vertical stripe can elongate a garment, or a horizontal stripe can be striking too. You could include pattern matching on your side seams. As always with a stripe or one-way design, allow extra fabric so that you can be sure to cut everything on the grain you require.
Another more casual look from New Look 6585. At first glance, this makes me think of a really long hoodie. It looks so cosy and easy to wear. And also, easy to make. There's no fastenings, no lining, and this is the only coat pattern in this lineup so far to feature a lovely hood. Also, I'm a big fan of those big square front pockets. There's definitely something of the Hogwarts school robe to this pattern, and I am here for it. You need 3.1 metres of fabric for the longest option and just 40 centimetres of lining for the pockets. And I've gone for this Melton wool blend coating fabric in silver grey. It's really smooth and crisp, and you can see how drapey it is. It's a little bit lighter than your general wool coating fabric, and I'll show you the detail in the colours in there closer up in a moment. Or something completely different, this lovely cream and blue check. This is so soft. I don't know how to describe to you how sort of comfy and cosy it feels, but I'll show you more closely here.
Option 1 is this lovely Melton wool blend coating fabric in silver grey. For my potions class. Just kidding, I'm a Gryffindor. Or am I? I really like the contrast of a smart looking fabric like this for a super relaxed design like the New Look 6585. After all, we have the magical power to mix things up as home sewers. It's smooth, crisp, and doesn't crease easily. And it's also got a sort of turquoise blue running through the colour way there. Option 2 wool blend coating has a more casual, almost brushed, soft texture, and yet in this cream and blue tartan it feels very high-end. It wouldn't look out of place on a Burberry runway. Gorgeous handle, fluid drape, it would be a dream to wear. And both of these fabrics are reversible, so great for unlined styles like the New Look 6585.
And now for a feminine, super girly, pretty style from Butterick 6385. Look at that cute rounded collar, 5 buttons, fitted with princess seams, 2-piece sleeves and distinct pockets. This one could be straight out of Kate Middleton's wardrobe. And for version A, you need 2.4 metres of fabric, 1.9 metres of interfacing, a pair of shoulder pads and 5 1-inch buttons. And for this, I've got this Lady McElroy wool blend coating fabric in this lovely neutral terracotta. It's a nice thin coating fabric. It's almost got a linen texture to it. And isn't it a lovely colour? And I'll show you that more closely in a moment. And also, an absolute treat. This is cashmere in a lovely baby pink. It is so soft and absolutely divinely luxurious. And let's have a closer look at both of these here now. This Lady McElroy wool blend coating fabric in terracotta is 65% wool and 35% polyester. And the mix of colours gives a lovely neutral tone, which is great because you'll want your coat to coordinate with lots of different outfits. On the lighter side of coating fabric, it has a lovely drape, great structure, and there's the edge for you to see. It's fairly similar on the reverse as well. Now, I adore this pastel candy floss shade in this luxurious cashmere wool coating fabric. This fibre is obtained from cashmere goats and is finer, stronger, lighter, softer, and approximately 3 times more insulating than sheep wool. Once you're confident in the style you love, this is the fabric to choose, as a coat in this fabric will last you years. And just imagine pearl buttons with this for a vintage look. And now for a standout designer take on the wool coat with this fitted, unlined, double-breasted coat from Vogue 1649. Breathtakingly stylish with that asymmetrical handkerchief hemline. And if you're up for this technical challenge of this garment, for a size 12, you'd need 3.5 metres of your main fabric and 1.3 metres of lining, 3.4 metres of interfacing, 1 button for the inside, 6 buttons for the front, and shoulder pads. I've picked out some more lovely vegan wool so that I can show you now how I would achieve that striking flash of colour on the hem.
So, to achieve that eye-catching stripe, the pattern recommends that you use a 5cm wide grosgrain ribbon, which of course is an absolutely fine way to do it. But seeing as these fabrics are identical except in colour, I would simply cut careful 5cm strips and then seam them together to make the required 3.7 metres. And then, using a zigzag stitch on about stitch length 2 or so, applique that red stripe onto the black for this kind of effect. And that double layer of fabric should give the hem a lovely weight. With all the colours available in this vegan wool, there's tons of options to choose from in this style. So you could choose a strong contrast like this, or 2 colours closer in shade. Just remember, when you choose 2 fabrics for the same garment, choose similar weights and thicknesses for the best results.
And finally, I've got a bonus coat to show you. This is from an old pattern I have that's very similar to a lot of the patterns that I've shown you today. And I've made it so many times. If you like, you can check out my profile, Hair and Needle, to see all the different times and ways that I've adapted this pattern. I made this from 100% wool coating fabric. It was an ex-Chanel designer fabric. And I just want to tell you that I love having a standout coat that's unique to me. And I hope some of you will be inspired to make your perfect coat too. So that's a wrap on our top ladies' coat sewing patterns. Thank you to the community members featured in this video. Your inspiration is invaluable, and please everyone do continue to share your makes and be inspired by others. If you have any questions about anything I've spoken about in this video, please comment below. And equally, if you have a favourite coat pattern, tag that below. I'd love to see them. You can find more videos like this by clicking the follow button, and you can even save this video by clicking the save flag. If you'd like to follow my profile on Minerva, I'm Hair and Needle, and I'll link to that below, where you'll also find links to all the patterns and fabrics featured in this video. Finally, thank you to you for watching, and whatever you decide to make next, happy sewing!